Imagine spending hours on a beautiful beach, painstakingly building the most magnificent sandcastle. You sculpt the walls, you dig the moat, and you finally step back to admire your hard work. But the moment you turn your back, a massive wave crashes onto the shore and violently washes half of your castle away. Welcome to Dr. Levitas. This frustrating, endless cycle is exactly what is happening inside your muscular system when you are under extreme stress, recovering from an injury, or engaging in intense fasting. You are working incredibly hard to build your physical armor, but a biological tide of stress is constantly washing it away. But you could build a permanent, unbreakable seawall. Today, we are taking a profound look at the ultimate biological defense mechanism. We are diving into the science of HMB, an incredible compound that doesn't just build you up, but chemically shields you from breaking down. We are going to explore how it halts muscle degradation, why it is a medical miracle for aging populations, and how it can completely revolutionize your fasting routine. Please take a second to like the video and leave a comment. Your engagement is a huge help to the channel. To understand this shield, we first have to understand what it is made of. Let's talk about leucine and its elite metabolic offspring, HMB. You might have heard of leucine. It is the most powerful essential amino acid in your diet, found in high-quality proteins like eggs, beef, and whey. Leucine is famous for flipping the biological switch that tells your body to build muscle. But when your body processes leucine, a very small fraction of it, roughly 5%, is metabolized in the liver into a unique compound called beta-hydroxy beta-methylbutyrate, or HMB for short. HMB is the highly refined, elite special forces version of leucine. Here is the catch. To get a clinically effective dose of roughly 3 grams of HMB naturally, you would have to consume over 60 grams of pure leucine every single day. That is the equivalent of eating roughly 6 pounds of chicken breast in 24 hours. It is biologically impossible to get enough of this specific shield from food alone. You have to supplement it. And when you do supplement it, HMB performs a microscopic miracle. It physically blocks your body's internal demolition crew. In human biology, there is a pathway known as the ubiquitin-proteasome system. When your body is under severe stress, starving, or fighting an illness, it panics and needs emergency energy. It activates this system, which acts like a biological tagging mechanism. It places little chemical tags, called ubiquitin, on your healthy muscle proteins. These tags act as a homing beacon for a destructive enzyme called the proteasome, which acts like a cellular wrecking ball rushing in to violently tear your muscle tissue apart for fuel. This is the exact pathway that causes severe muscle loss. But clinical research, including groundbreaking reviews from the International Society of Sports Nutrition in 2013 and validated through 2020, shows that HMB is a direct, potent inhibitor of this exact pathway. When HMB is present in your bloodstream, it chemically blocks the ubiquitin tags from ever attaching to your muscle fibers. It turns off the homing beacon. It sends the cellular wrecking ball home. HMB creates a literal biochemical force field around your muscle tissue, making it nearly impossible for your body to cannibalize its own armor, even under immense stress. This force field is precisely why the medical community is urgently utilizing HMB for one of the most vulnerable groups in our society, our aging population. Aging is a beautiful privilege, but it comes with a silent thief known as sarcopenia. Sarcopenia is the rapid age-related loss of skeletal muscle mass and strength. As we get older, our bodies naturally become more catabolic. The demolition crew works faster than the construction crew. For the elderly, losing muscle is not an aesthetic issue. It is a profound loss of independence. It is the difference between catching yourself when you trip or suffering a catastrophic fall. A landmark 2017 clinical trial focused on older adults placed on strict bed rest. The researchers found that the group given HMB preserved their muscle mass almost entirely, while the placebo group suffered devastating atrophy. HMB acts as a biological preserver for our seniors. It stops the accelerated breakdown of their fast-twitch muscle fibers, allowing them to maintain their strength, their mobility, and their precious physical autonomy well into their later decades. But this protective shield isn't just for the elderly or the injured. It is the ultimate secret weapon for anyone utilizing intense nutritional protocols, specifically extended intermittent fasting. We know that intermittent fasting is an incredible tool. When you abstain from food for 24, 48, or even 72 hours, your insulin drops to baseline, your body burns deep visceral fat for fuel, and your cells engage in profound healing and cleanup called autophagy. But the number one fear people have when embarking on a long fast is, am I going to lose my hard-earned muscle? Is my body going to eat my biceps to survive? This is where HMB shines brilliantly. Unlike eating protein or drinking amino acids like BCAAs, which will heavily spike your insulin and immediately break your fast, pure HMB has virtually zero caloric value and an incredibly minimal impact on insulin. You can take a dose of HMB in the middle of a deep 48-hour water fast, and it will not break your fast. But it will deploy that biochemical force field. It will block the ubiquitin-proteasome pathway, ensuring that your body strictly burns stored body fat for survival, while leaving your metabolically expensive muscle tissue completely untouched. It is the ultimate insurance policy for aggressive fat loss. Now, if HMB is this miraculous, why have you heard some people say it doesn't work? Why does it have a mixed reputation in the supplement industry? The answer lies in the specific state of the person taking it. If you are a well-fed, highly trained, advanced athlete who has been lifting weights for 10 years, your body is already incredibly adapted to stress. Your nervous system is efficient, and your muscle breakdown is naturally very low. If an elite athlete takes HMB, they will notice almost zero effect because there is very little catabolic breakdown to shield against in the first place. This is why many advanced lifters call it a waste of money. But if you are a beginner stepping into the gym for the first month, your body is experiencing massive, unaccustomed trauma. Your muscle breakdown is through the roof. If you are returning from a long injury, or if you are an endurance athlete running a grueling 50-mile ultramarathon, your body is in a state of severe catabolic panic. In these specific scenarios, beginners, injured lifters, endurance athletes, or people in severe caloric deficits, HMB is a massive, highly noticeable game changer. It radically reduces severe muscle soreness, accelerates recovery, and allows your body to adapt to the massive new stress without breaking down. It works when you need it most. So if you fall into one of these categories and you want to deploy the shield, you need to know which form of HMB to take, because the delivery mechanism completely changes how it works in your body. For decades, the only way to stabilize HMB so it could sit on a shelf was to bind it to a calcium salt. This is known as calcium HMB. It is highly effective, very affordable, and fantastic for baseline protection. However, because it is bound to calcium, your stomach acid has to slowly break that bond. It takes roughly 2 hours for calcium HMB to reach its peak concentration in your bloodstream. Recently, scientists developed a new, highly advanced form called HMB-free acid. It is typically sold in liquid gel caps. Because it is unbound, the absorption speed is violently fast. It hits peak blood concentrations in just 30 minutes, and the overall levels in the blood are nearly double that of the calcium version. If your goal is general preservation, like taking it on a rest day or during a long fast, the standard calcium HMB is perfect. But if you are about to walk into the gym for a brutal, heavy, fasted workout, taking HMB-free acid 30 minutes before you touch the barbell will ensure the force field is fully deployed the exact second your muscles experience trauma. Finally, I want to talk about a deeply overlooked benefit of HMB, and it has nothing to do with your muscles. It has to do with your brain. When you put your body through intense periods of caloric restriction, or when you push your training volume too high, the physical damage is only half the battle. Your central nervous system, or CNS, takes a massive beating. Systemic stress fries your CNS. You feel lethargic, you lose your motivation to train, your sleep fragments, and you experience deep psychological burnout. This is the hallmark of overtraining. Because HMB acts as a profound systemic anti-catabolic agent, it drastically blunts the overall release of cortisol and stress markers in the blood. By putting out the biochemical fire in your muscles, HMB prevents the alarm signals from constantly traveling back up to your brain. It actively protects your central nervous system from burning out. You don't just retain your physical strength, you retain your neurological drive, your focus, and your emotional resilience during the hardest phases of your health journey. Here is the doctor's verdict: the ultimate biological shield. The journey to transforming your health is not about punishing your body. It is not about how much damage you can cause in the gym, or how much you can starve yourself. True health is about deep, sustainable resilience. It is about working smarter and giving your biology the exact tools it needs to protect itself. By understanding the remarkable science of HMB, you no longer have to fear the stress of aging, the anxiety of fasting, or the brutal soreness of starting a new routine. You have the power to deploy the ultimate biological shield. You can build your sandcastle, and you can build a seawall that ensures the tide never washes your hard work away again. I want to hear from you in the comments below. Are you going to try using HMB during your next fast, or to help you recover from your next heavy workout? Let's build our resilience and protect our armor together. Until next time, stay curious, stay strong, and take care of your armor. Watch this video suggestion. It was especially picked for you. Please share, comment, like the video, subscribe, and hit the bell icon. Thank you. It helps a ton with the algorithm. Remain tuned for future videos and keep growing.